Hello Earthlings, and welcome to the ADJ Stinger 2 review. So this is the ADJ Stinger 2. As you can see, it has a nice big nose for the laser sticking out of the front. It has 8 UV strobe diodes, which is different from the original Stinger that had 8 white strobe diodes. It also has 8 lenses here for the Moonflower effect, which all the LEDs and mirrors are built inside this big cabinet on light, which we're going to take a look at right now. Here we can see all the ins and outs on the back of the Stinger 2. Here we have a convenient display. It has the 4 buttons that you would expect on your classic ADJ light, but the fact that this light has a display is quite an improvement over most Moonflowers. I remember the first Moonflowers I had were simply a sound control knob and a power input, and they were still ADJ, so this is quite an improvement upon most Moonflower lights. Especially because it does have the laser and the UV. You see the standard ADJ sticker that you'd expect on any ADJ light. Safety loop, DMX out, DMX in, power out, power in, which is perfect. It drives me absolutely crazy when a light doesn't have power output. We have the on-off switch, which is really nice because for a light like this, you might be turning it on and off more often. And you see this standard laser sticker, which is obviously different from most other lights because there's a laser in it. For someone who is a DJ that needs good lighting but doesn't want to spend a lot of money, this is perfect. For me, it's not exactly the perfect light because I have a full truss set up. I have wash fixtures, black lights, moving heads and stuff like that. But for the smaller gigs, this is really nice because I can take it out, put it on a T-bar, and it's a really good all-in-one light, and it's a lot cheaper for the customer than me bringing a full truss system and moving heads and stuff like that. The other thing is that with the display and all the outputs and inputs for power and DMX and the capability that you have from this light, it's an absolute steal. So the MSRP on this light is $230, which, comparing it to what it costs for a laser, a black light, and a Moonflower, just basic lights, it's very cost effective. If you bought each of these separately, a Micro Galaxian would cost you $80, an Eco UV Bar 50 IR would cost you an additional $100, and that doesn't even have matrixing across the diodes within it. So now we're at $180. And a Moonflower could run you anywhere from $100 up into the $250 range. You're saving an absolute minimum of $50 by buying this light, and you can be saving as much as about $200 when you're buying this light. So it is definitely a good deal, and I'd highly recommend it to anyone who is on the smaller entertainer side. For bigger people, if you're getting into productions and stuff, probably not the best light for you, but for small stuff, small parties, definitely an amazing light. If you have any questions about the application to use this in, feel free to ask me in the comments, and if you want to describe what your situation is, I'm more than happy to kind of look at it for you and tell you, hey, this is going to be a good light for you, or you know what, go with something else because this is going to be too small or too big for you. One thing that was very interesting when I opened this light was that when I pulled the manual out, I saw that. So if you don't know what that little guy is, I'll show you right now. This is an Airstream IR transmitter. So obviously because I have an iPhone 7, it's not going to go into my phone without the dongle, but that's okay. I do still have the app on my phone, and it works okay. I usually prefer a physical remote, and it's fine to use this, and I'd prefer having one of these over not getting any remote at all, because I'm sure these are relatively cheap for ADJ to send out. But by no means is it the perfect app. And I'm a big DMX person, not the rapper kind, the controller kind. You know, a light like this isn't the best thing to use over DMX either. So its best purpose for use is when you're going to be using it in sound active. Let it run its own show. And I am going to try and work on some DMX programming for this, but you know, that's going to take some time there. So now we're going to take a look at this guy going without any fog in the room, and then after that we'll do it with fog. If you liked what you saw in this video, please give me a big thumbs up, leave me a comment in the comments section, and hit that subscribe button. Peace.